Me on Canada's Drag Race Season 5? You don't say. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helena Poison, and yes, the rumors are true. I am on Canada's Drag Race Season 5. So, today, I will be showing you how I did my makeup for the promo of Canada's Drag Race Season 5, as well as give you a little insight into my inspiration and putting together the promo look. So if that sounds like fun to you, then stick around and keep on watching. We are moisturized, we are primed, we have beard blocked, and we are ready to get started on this makeup. I always start with my eyes. I'm going to start off with my concealer, and I'm going to blank out my eyes. And we're gonna chit-chat about the promo of Canada's Drag Race Season 5. Oh my gosh. I know, it's happened. I'm on it. It's crazy. It's wild. Okay. Okay, so I primed my eyes with some of my concealer. Now that I've seen the promo, I can kind of remember better what I did. I believe that my promo makeup was mostly the Trixie Cosmetics Trixie and Juno palette in collaboration with Juno Birch. Mine is disgusting. But I believe I used Human Beans, Pluto Root, and Paws. Kind of a blend of those three to kind of get the shading that I did. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take a little kind of like pointy brush, I'm gonna take a little pointy brush, and I'm gonna take some of Human Beans, which is the warm brown color, and I'm gonna show you on this eye. I'm going to follow my socket here, or the bridge of my nose, and kind of start to create socket line. So for me, that's kind of right under where my brow bone goes. Something like that. Take a little bit more of that color, and we're using this to just kind of sketch out where things should go. Now, usually around the outside, if you look straight forward, the outside of the iris here, that's kind of where we want our like little white line that goes up. So we're gonna do a little break right there, kind of like that. And then on the outside here, I'm gonna kind of map out where the wing will go there. Now for the kind of graphic part on the outside, we've created our line here, and we've created our angle where our wing is gonna kind of be. So in this area here, create a little semicircle here. You have something that looks kind of like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and start shaping out the under eye as well. For me, that is on the outer corner here, and kind of going in like a straight out, almost like down motion. That center of the under eye, like so. And then in this outer corner here, we're gonna kind of go basically right where my like eye bag would start. Highlight that. Hey, you know what's easier than covering it? Working with it. I'm gonna bring this shadow color down around. You don't have to be super precise with it. So something like that. I'm gonna take a fluffier brush now, and we're gonna dip into some of Paws, which is this like orangey yellow marigold kind of color. We're gonna go around everything we did here. So the theme for the promo, our promo prompt theme, was Queen Bee, Regal, Royalty, Black, Gold, White were our color palettes. Lots of metallics, adornments, things like that were all kind of like in our little prompt sheet. And immediately I was like, I hate black and gold. But I'm a psychopath. And I turned out to eat my words, because this ended up being one of my favorite looks that I ended up preparing for the show. So, me and black and gold are on speaking terms. We're working it out on the remix. And yeah, so black and gold, kind of bee themed. Going into the promo, I knew that I wanted to create something that was very integral Helena Poison, regardless of what the theme was, because I have been watching this show for a long time. I've been a drag artist for a long time. I've watched a lot of my friends go through this process, and I know that that promo photo and that promo photo shoot follows you around for your entire life. So I refused to do anything other than something that was absolutely me. So my first thought of inspiration was I knew I wanted to incorporate latex into the look because I work with a fabulous group of queerdos at Kink Engineering. Shout out to Marika, who crafted my latex leggings and the shrug that I was wearing as well. Those were all done in latex. They were laser cut, custom gold glitter latex. When I started to think of that, I started to think of references of bees that I really enjoyed. And the first thing that ended up coming to mind was this photo of Ashniko in her Daisy music video. And she's in this latex black and yellow striped kind of like bee thing. It's very camp, but it's also kind of fetish. And instantly I knew I wanted to kind of craft my look around that kind of silhouette. Rubber arms, rubber legs, corseted middle. Okay, so now we've got the color paws laid down, and then we're gonna go back in with our little brush we started with and some human beings again, and just go back in and reinforce that color. So the outfit was designed by me, so that's really exciting. And yeah, for this look I was inspired by that. I wanted to reference some things that I find are integrally me, which is I wanted to do some sort of emo scene hair, and I was just doing the raccoon stripes because like scene, but when I was doing the process I was like, oh my god, these look like bumblebee stripes, this is perfect. So happy accidents. Okay, so now that I've gone and reinforced that with a little bit of the brown, I'm gonna go into the darkest color, Pluto Root, which is like a really deep brown shade, and this really tiny shader brush. I go in on the kind of parts I want to look the deepest. Just really create some shadow and depth there. Here around your semi-soul. I'm gonna take this under the eyes. So now I'm gonna map out my little eyebrow here. So I'm gonna take a little angled brush and some brown eyeshadow. Now my eyebrow, this whole makeup was kind of inspired by cyberpunk makeup thing I had done before, but I had used yellow and black. So I switched the yellow to like this orangey color, and the kind of eyebrow that I did with it reminded me of like little insects almost. So then the whole makeup kind of took on this like insect inspired graphic cartoon situation, which is always kind of my gig, to be honest. So I always do this. I need to get Botox, so I can't do this anymore, but I always kind of see where my eyebrow muscle is, which for me is right here. And then right where I would normally draw the head of my eyebrow, we're gonna make like a little circle like that. It scares me every time I do this because it's so weird, but it always turns out. And then I'm gonna leave like a little bit of a gap between the corner of that circle, and then I'm gonna start my brow, kind of going up and towards where my little break here ends. Up like that, kind of little like Spock eyebrow. I also call it like a little what's that called? Like a pinball machine, the little flippers. And then I'm just going in on the top and making it tape like that, so then we have it all mapped out. Now I think we'll go in with some eyeliner. My favorite here, the NYX Epic Ink Liner from NYX Cosmetics in black. This stuff is like half of my face, y'all. So if you're against waterproof eyeliner, don't go as Helena Poison for any festivity. I don't know why you'd be dressing up as me, but here we are. So what I'm doing with this eyeliner here is I'm just going in and kind of basically everywhere we've kind of like shadowed down to, we're gonna finish and clean up with a little black eyeliner line here. So you can see I've just kind of started to draw in a cartoony kind of crease line. So we're just gonna kind of follow these shapes we've loosely made with eyeshadow and make them nice and crisp with black. Then we'll go ahead and draw in our wing, and this is when everything will really start to come together. So we've just kind of followed where we mapped it out with that eyeshadow, kind of bring it up and across and towards your lid here. Almost creates like a double little crease, which I think kind of got covered by my glitter in the promo, but YOLO. And then from here, it gives you the perfect opportunity to create another kind of mimicking C shape, but right here. So you're just gonna kind of finish outlining your eyelid, bring it right down into your lash line. So you kind of create like a circular outer eyelid here. One thing you should know about me is that I love eyeliner and I love graphic makeup, and the cartoonier, the better. I really like to look like a creature or like an illustration more than like a real life person you would find, you know? But yeah, I was so excited that people clocked the reference of my hair in the comments on the promo video, and some of the reviews that I've watched so far, so thank you all for catching my reference. But yeah, it ended up looking like bees, and then all of my accessories and little accoutrements were all actually 3D designed and printed by my dad at Niagara 3D Printing. Never let the machines win. Shout out to my dad, who came through on so many things, but this promo look specifically, all of my choker, my cuffs, my ankle cuffs, the honeycomb bra piece, all of the little bees that are perched on me, and speaking of the hair, my antenna, they're actually printed out of a flexible plastic so they would bounce and move a little bit and wouldn't break. And then also my earrings that I wear are little hexagon honeycombs that he put together and 3D printed for me as well. How it would work is I would kind of sketch out exactly what I know I want at different angles, and then I would send that to him and he would mock it up 3D wise, or we would start with an already existing file and warp and modify it. So that was a lot of fun, and then they were all painted and customized by me. Speaking of the corset, that was from a local Toronto clothing maker and accessory maker, Artifice Clothing. I bought one of their black holographic overbust corsets, and then the decoration all over the corset was myself as well, and I used an oil-based gold mirror paint marker to do all of the designs, and I used hot glue on the honeycombs to look at like they were oozing out, and then colored those with the same marker. The shoes I painted and rhinestoned as well. So right now I'm just tracing over all of our mapping out that we've done here. And then to finish off this eyebrow, I kind of draw a little mimicking curve to the circle. Something kind of like that. This is also a big signature for me as my bottom eyelashes, and they're always drawn on. And then with our little inner corner here, now that's usually where I would leave it if I was doing my makeup normally, but for this one I kind of brought it out and looped it around and back under. Like that, just to give it some extra little fun. Now I think the last step I want to do before we move on, I'm going to tap out this crease here, and then I want to take a little bit of pause, tap some in this little circle here. And then I'm gonna just take some pure white, what's left of it in this palette, it's Bone Hilda. Just tap down this area to make it nice and set down that concealer, because we're gonna put the glitter there after. Alright, so I'm gonna go do the other eye, and then we'll be back to do the foundation. Alright, other eye's done. Symmetry is a suggestion, not a requirement. It's close enough. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. Alright, now we're gonna do foundation. We're doing foundation. My favorite go-to foundation, Juvia's Place. Their I Am Magic Velvet Matte Foundation. Just gonna put a whole bunch of that on this sponge. And I'm gonna start by kind of doing the outside of the face. Cover. I tried a new beard cover today. I'm really hoping it won't blend in with the foundation. Oh, and last part of my outfit, of course, my fabulous, fabulous nails were done by the one and only Funeral Face Nails on Instagram. She has been making nails for me for years. She made me nails for every single look that I prepared for the show, and she killed it. She slayed it. I think I might have sent her kind of a drawing, like a rough drawing of what I was doing, and she made nails that matched perfectly. They had little honey drips on them, 3D honey drips. They had like the honeycomb pattern that matched the sleeves on my latex. They were just absolutely perfect. Killing the game. Go follow her if you're not already. So I know what I think about the promo, but I feel like I'm a little biased. But I've been being the girl that reads all of the comments on things, which I know you're not supposed to do, but honestly, it's just the promo. No one has anything super rotted to say yet. And honestly, we look super hot, so I was not expecting any bad comments, and there hasn't really been any. I knew when we shot this promo that it was gonna go down as one of the best promos of Canada's Drag Race, and I was right. And y'all have confirmed that. Sound off down below what your favorite part of the promo was. And then tell me why it's how much my butt is in it. Oh my god, the Meet the Queens was so wild to watch. That was the one I was kind of nervous about. That was like one of the things I really didn't remember a lot about. I was kind of nervous to see it, and I was so pleasantly surprised. I was gagged. I think that everything that I said was exactly what I would have wanted to say to everybody for the first time. It felt very much me. I think it was a great representation of me. And watching everyone else's Meet the Queens as well, I was saying I think I couldn't have written better scripts for them to read off of to make their Meet the Queens more exactly like the person I got to know, you know? Just hats off to the entire team that put the promo together, because it was everything. I am nothing but excited to watch the rest of the season, as I'm sure all of you watching are as well. So now I'm gonna go into some contour. I'm actually running out of contour right now, and I am on this, which is Mama Mitchell Blush Balm in Shady Business. So it's kind of like a cream bronzer, I guess, stick, but I'm just gonna hit my contour points here. Also, the mega trailer has dropped now as well, which is super exciting. We got to see little bits of the actual show for the first time, which is so cool and exciting, but I'm in it quite a few times. Some sneaky times, some very obvious times. Girl, we look so good. Like, this season looks like it's gonna be so good. They are doing a great job at getting us super hyped for this. Everybody, ourselves included, like, we can't wait. I'm just going in and I'm blending out my contour. The way I do my contour is I like to, like, while keeping it in the right, like, the place I put it, but like really diffuse it out. I like the focus to be more so on like the highlight of my face, and for this to just be like a frame that kind of shapes it around the outside. I don't really want to see it too much. Alright, and then before I move on to the highlight, I like to take, and before I set everything, I like to take this little flat top brush and a contour powder. This is actually a powder foundation, a deeper tone. So I take that, and I like this brush because it allows me to kind of like place it in a certain spot, but then the rest of it kind of blends it out. And then while that contour stick is still a little wet, to just go in and press some of this powder foundation deepest pockets to give me a real snatch. And I find doing this while it's still wet just adds another layer of depth to the contour and shadow without it all having to be sitting on top. We're gonna take our e.l.f. concealer in Fair Warm, which is the one that's kind of closer to my skin tone but still fairly light. And we're gonna go through the middle of the face here. Here, out a little bit, contour here, across the upper lip there. Angle it up like that. Kind of look like a cat for a minute. Eyebrows here. I'm gonna take the pure white that's on the center of the front of the face under the eye. I know these probably look like the same color on camera, but they are slightly different and they dry different colors. Alright, so we're highlighted, and now we are going to do a little bit of liquid blush, actually. We're just gonna take a little bit of Eden from Trixie Cosmetics. It's kind of perfect brownie mauve color. That in. A little cream blush, just to help bump up the other blush we'll put over top. Yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna take some setting powder and set the whole thing down. Say whole again. Powder. Alright, so we've got powder, dust it away. So now I just go in and reinforce everything with powders. So bronzer, blush. We're gonna use some Kimchi. I went to Malibu bronzer. Hit the outside, the nose. Right. Let's take our blush. I'm gonna use Trixie Cosmetics Total Betty blush, the little single. This is just such a pretty neutral blush. This is my favorite blush for when like I want blush, but I don't want it to be the focus of the look. Like that. Then we'll take a little bit of... Where did she go? I know I saw her. No one panic, I found it. One size in Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation Stage White and my little Teletubbies Tubby Toast. And then I'm just gonna carve out my nose here on the sides. Do a little brightening under here, a little between the eyes. I probably used this. This is the Trixie and Kimchi Pearl Gone Wild collab highlighter. It's like pink and gold and blue and purple and all colors I like here. Oh yeah, fucking look at that. And then I always hit my tip of my nose here too. I love this one. Where your nose bridge kind of curves up into your forehead. Just a little bit of highlighter there. It's so puss and it's so like, ugh. I love highlighter. I would cover my whole face in it. I shouldn't, but I would. I shouldn't, but I would. Let's go back to the eyes now. So what I want to do is I want to add some glitter and then I want to clean up these lines, go back over some spots where we've gotten it smudged out by foundation. The glitter I used was the MAC Iridescent White Loose Glitter, but honestly I moved it across my apartment and I want to go get it, and this is just for video so I don't want to put on the crazy glitter glue that I used to put on the loose glitter. So I'm just going to go into my Norvina palette here, and they have some like pressed glitters and they have like the exact same color glitter but in a pressed form, and I just tapped that all over my lid. Now this color is so weird because in the container and in the pan it looks like it's like bluey, purpley, gold kind of reflection, but on my skin and on my eyes it turns like, it reflects like hot orange and gold and red. So for my everyday kind of drag looks, I was a little disappointed, but it came in perfect for this promo look because neutral colors and gold are not really always in my wheelhouse. Not that they're not in my wheelhouse, they're just not in what I normally do. So we're gonna place glitter all over the eye here. Yeah, you'll see it just gives like, I don't know if it's picking up on camera because the lights are really bright, but it's this pretty like reddish orange reflection. Now you can kind of see it, it's like orange red. But you can definitely see it when I do that cute little like look up in the promo that everyone was gagging about. Yeah, we kind of ate that promo. Like, we were really hot. We looked so good. We're a very humble season, don't worry. Alright, glitter. Woo! So now, honestly, I just go in with a white eyeliner. I'm just gonna go in with the e.l.f. H2O proof liquid liner in white. Go in here, just go through right under there. And then we're gonna do our streak down through our break here, cross it down. To be very honest with you, I didn't plan out makeup before I left for Drag Race. I just kind of made it up as I went along. So some things don't have a reason, they were just impulsive. And then in this inner corner where we've drawn this little loop, just fill it in with a little white there. Make a little white dot there because we're gonna circle that later because I believe I did a little circle under my eye. I'll go in and do all my little cartoon catch lights, which these have become a little bit of a signature of mine, I guess, because I've been doing them on my face on every makeup for the past like 3-4 years. They're inspired by two things. One is I got really into watching doll repaint videos during the lockdown, and there's one doll artist named Hope and Atelier, and at the end of all of her like face-ups she uses like a white pencil and kind of like crisps and outlines everything, and it's just such a cool like illustrative technique that I just decided to apply to my makeup to make it look a little bit more crisp and clean and like things to stand out a little bit. And I also just love the cartoony quality of it. And of course, the idea snuck into my head because of the iconic Miss Juno Birch. And she used to do white little catch lights on her face all the time when she was emerging as a alien superstar. And I always just thought that was so cool. Okay, now let's also go in with and just fix up this eyebrow here. So I'm gonna add a few little white catch lights on the brow bone here too. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do, well, let's finish doing the white lines. I'm gonna do my nose as well. It's just the little dot on the end and then a straight line. Like that, hope it's kind of straight. It's not perfect, but it'll do for today. And then I always hit the... Okay, almost done. The last step we're gonna do some lips. So for my lips, I do them pretty dramatic, very cartoony. That's what I like. It's how I live. So I'm gonna start off with one of my favorite lip liners, the Line Loud lip liners from NYX Cosmetics. This one's Total Baller. It's like a brown. So I always start by just drawing right between my snakebite piercing, and then from there I connect it to the corners of my mouth. And then so we have a bottom lip, and then kind of halfway between my actual Cupid's bow, which is there, and the bottom of my nose is kind of where I would start the base of my new Cupid's bow. So like here. So you can see my Cupid's bow, Helena's Cupid's bow, bottom of my nose. So I kind of use that as my starting base, and then I widen it over the ridges of my upper lip here. So when I relax my lip, it gives me a natural little Cupid's bow. Then kind of start sketching them down towards the corners of your mouth until you kind of have like a little mustache. And then going from the outer corner of my lip here, kind of pull them up and connect it like that. Just go back and forth until it's rounded. So from there, I'm gonna use my Eden lipstick, the same one we used for our liquid blush, and fill in my whole lip. And then I'm gonna take a little brush, dip back into my Trixie palette, drop some of that human being color just around the edges and outer corners specifically, tap a little bit of it into the lipstick. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit of the white play pink, dab a little bit on the center here, just brightens up the middle of the lip a little bit there. Now, because I'm a psychopath and a self-identified cartoon character, we are gonna go in with our pen liner again, and we're gonna outline around our lips. So I always start with the bottom again, between the piercings, and then to make my top lip line easier, I kind of put the pen sideways, open my mouth a little bit, and right in the the corner of my mouth, do a little flick like that, and then join this line to that line a little bit. Now, because we're extra crazy, go back in with the white. I'm gonna go in the middle of my lip above it, that, and then from underneath that little line we drew, there, and then just in the middle of the lip too, draw our little catch lights. All right. So then mascara, lashes, contacts, and the look is done. And here is my promo look. This is definitely one of my favorite looks that I prepared for this upcoming season of Canada's Drag Race. I love the makeup that I did. I love the hair that I did. I loved that I got to work together with my boss Marika from Kink Engineering and my dad on this. But yeah, this is the finished promo look. Tell me what you think. Let me know if you give it a try. If you try it, take a picture, tag me in it. You can follow me across all social medias at the Helena Poison or Helena Poison. You can now catch me on Cameo. I am available for Cameo, so if you want a little message from me, if you've got a question, if you want to ask me something, if you want me to wish somebody a happy birthday, if you want me to tell somebody to fuck off, I can do that for you. So hit me up on Cameo. All the links to all of that will be in the description on my Instagram page at the Helena Poison. And if you're in Toronto, we are having a premiere viewing party with 5 of the 6 Toronto girls from Canada's Drag Race Season 5. So you can find all of that information on my socials as well. I'm so excited to watch this season and share this wild, crazy experience that the 11 of us got to have together with all of you. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Season 5 of Canada's Drag Race will be streaming on Crave and Wow Presents Plus on November 21st, 2024, the first episode. Please watch it, please tune in, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be putting out videos hopefully every week while the show is airing. So we'll talk soon. Subscribe, leave a comment, like the video if you liked it, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, queerdos.